Today I'm going motorcycle camping at the Oregon coast on my brother's Honda CB500X. He's extra horny. There's the ocean, bro.
I think it's the best spot that anyone's ever seen.
Sideways like the Millennium Falcon through the asteroid. This is the giant tank, and inside is a disco ball. It smells malty. Macchioli Culkin. What daylight are they saving? It's dark at 3 p.m. The fresh taste of not being hungover. Me and Steve were the same. You know, he has 1.2 million subs and I don't. Smilking?
Smilking.
You've heard of cedar plank salmon, but have you heard of firewood Swedish fish? Bigfoot jumped out of the bushes and caught you like an angel. You get a lot of bike for that price. Don't let your dog eat dead sea lions. Tim's bike won't start. Hello friends and welcome back to the Dork Side. I'm the Dork in the Road, and today I'm going motorcycle camping at the Oregon coast on my brother's Honda CB500X. I'm the Dork in the Road and I want to be your internet riding buddy, so please consider subscribing for more moto camping shenanigans and all kinds of fun off-road motorcycle-y stuff. So my brother's Honda CB500X is here at the house for a little while. He's moving and he needed a place to keep it. So I generously offered to store it in my garage with the small caveat that I get to ride it, use it, and make content on it while it's here. So this is a 2020 Honda CB500X, a bike that a lot of people suggest is a really good entry-level kind of adventure style bike, and I want to do some testing on it, and so this seemed like a really great opportunity to get out and take it on a trip. So it is fall, it is the early November, it is unseasonably cold. It snowed here 2 days ago. That never happens. It's a cooler weather trip. I think the low is supposed to be like 34 tonight, but we're gonna head over to the coast. It's not supposed to rain. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about. I'm gonna get suited up and go meet Tim, and let's go camping. Look who's here, and look, he's extra horny. We're gonna ride to the coast and freeze our butts off.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, this is nice. I didn't see that. Oregon coast. Here we come. Welcome to Newport. There it is. There's the ocean. That is not blue sky in front of us. That is blue ocean stretching to the horizon. Welcome to the Oregon coast. There's the ocean, bro. There's the ocean. Looks good today. It's clear. This is a very nice day on the Oregon coast. You just don't see that. Landslide much? So here it is, Beverly Beach. And A and B loops are the only good ones because you have easy access to the ocean right there, literally right there. Look at that. Otherwise you gotta walk all the way down here. Pretty cool. Ta-da! Well, Tim, we did not just have an incredibly inappropriate conversation before I turned the camera. That did not happen, nor does it ever.
Not once, not ever.
No, 0% of the time. Tim, what do you think of the spot?
I think it's a great spot. I think it's the best spot that anyone's ever seen. I think we're gonna have a great night. I think it's gonna be cold.
Okay, that's the first thing you've said that's true. You sounded awful sarcastic before. So I've never tent camped here before. I've yurt camped here before, but this is one of the few campgrounds that's open all year, and so anytime the weather seems okay, I'm like, I'm gonna grab a spot, I'm gonna grab a spot. So I feel pretty good about where we are. Got us close to the ocean. We're gonna get some firewood. We're gonna set up tents and then maybe bebop into town, check out the brewery, and show Tim the time of his life. Yeah.
We're on a chat, so I'm ready.
Oh, well, you're gonna be cold, but satisfied. Also, Tim, I didn't tell you the real reason I picked this spot is that I got a new camping setup for you to try out under this tree stump. So that's actually Tim's little cabin cave. If you sleep sideways like the Millennium Falcon through the asteroid, you could do it. I have faith in you. Just wear your gear. That guy. Yeah. Speaking of gear, I actually got some new stuff I want to show you. Well, I put on a bunch of weight this summer. It's been a weird summer, so none of my climb gear fits comfortably, and so I didn't want to buy like all new climb gear because it's, you know, as you know, expensive. So I went to Cycle Gear and got some stuff to kind of get me through. So, you know, hashtag not sponsored, but this is the Sedici Garda waterproof gear. It's pretty cool. I like the material a lot. It's kind of stretchy. I like the stretchy stuff. It doesn't feel so constrictive and binding, but I haven't had it in the rain yet, but I'm not unhappy with it so far. I got the pants too. Yeah, the fleece is nice. This only cost me 500 bucks. Donate to the BDR. You get a fleece. Yay. Anyway, I'm gonna set my tent up over here, over there. I think I'm gonna go here. My tent is set up. There's Tim's tent. It's set up. Next order of business is
Firewood.
firewood, because
Fire.
he's not wrong. It's gonna be cold.
It's gonna be cold.
It's gonna be cold, and it's gonna be dark early. So there's not gonna be anything to do but look at the fire and talk to each other. So
Oh boy.
I'd rather look at the fire, a big fire. So we're gonna go get a fire beer. We're thinking 3 bundles to get us through the night, and we're gonna try to bring them back on the bikes. Good times. So we're at the campground. We got our tents set up, and now we're hauling some firewood back. So you guys didn't know these were log trucks. Look at Tim. He's making me look bad with this double up. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna have a fire. It's gonna happen. Firewood secured. We are gonna run into town, through town, and go to the brewery for a late lunch. Probably a sampler. I'm guessing there's gonna be a sampler. And then we're gonna get some stuff and come back and hang out at camp for the night. So good times. Tim's never been to the brewery, which is gonna be a real treat for him, because it's literally the only thing I wanna do when I come to the coast. I'm not a big beach guy, to be honest, but brewery and a good burger, I'm into that. Going over the famous Yaquina Bay Bridge, because the Rogue Brewery is actually on the other side of the bay. There's the NOAA ships, NOAA, National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, something like that. It's really close to what it is, I feel like. Here we are, Rogue Brewery. Man, never gets old. Tim's excited. The Bay Bridge we just came over is right here. And then this is the giant tank, and inside is a disco ball. Look up. I saw it, dude. There's in fact a disco ball. That'd be sweet. It's been almost exactly a year since the last time I was here in Camp in Newport, so this video will be similar to that one, which I'll link for you. It's cool because you have to walk through the brewery to get there, and there's only a couple signs to help you find your way. Smells malty. So I have to show you this tap list. Look at this. It just goes, and goes, and goes, and goes. And that is why you come to the brewery to have food. Also, for all of you that get mad because all I ever drink is Coors Light, I'm about to prove you wrong. But I'm not going to drink a bunch of them because I don't want to be hungover tomorrow. So what do you think, man?
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, so proof, here we go. This is a stout, Sandwich Private Reserve. I'm gonna start with that.
Stout together.
Yeah, stout it up. This is the life. It's kind of sweet. It's Christmassy. It is. It's pretty sweet. This is Macchioli Culkin. That's what it says. Macchioli Culkin. It's a New England Pale Ale. Sweet too, it's pretty fruity. Yeah, this is how it's done. Oh, pinky out. Notes of beer. Thank you.
Anything else for you? Any range?
That guy burger. More than one? Just in case. You never thought it was gonna match. We're headed back over the bridge to acquire beverages and then head back to camp and start a fire because the sun is going down. It's already getting cold. So daylight savings time sucks. What daylight are they saving? It's dark at 3 p.m. Fire's going, the sun is setting. Gets dark early these days, and we've made the executive decision that we probably don't have enough firewood. We bought 3 bundles, but we need this wood to like keep us warm all night until we go to bed. Tim likes to build big fires, so he's going to get another bundle so we have enough to not have to worry about it. That's the plan. Campfire evening portion of the evening has begun, and to celebrate, I'm gonna have a refreshing, delicious cowboy Kool-Aid, as we called it. Not in high school, but when I was younger. The fresh taste of not being hungover. Hope you're enjoying the video. If you are, think about hitting the like button. Always appreciate that. Makes the video more visible, helps the channel grow. Let me know if you want to see more camping videos. So, you know, obviously the camping season is winding down. The traditional camping season, I should say, but I like to still get out and try to go cabin camping, yurt camping, even get out and tent camp like tonight on nights when, you know, it's not going to be super wet. The cold is less of an issue than the wet. So it's not supposed to rain tonight. It is supposed to get down to like 35, 37, which is not bad. It's bad for sitting around outside if you don't have a campfire. I'm not worried about like freezing to death. I'm worried about wanting to go to bed super early because we're cold. So that's why we're getting more wood. Obviously, there's going to be more of the talking head stuff, like my 10 favorite pieces of moto camping gear of 2022. The video that video actually came out today. So if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. We'll still try to get out and have adventures and go on rides. Tim's coming back. The conquering hero hath returned. I had a whole conversation at dinner about, you guys know I like Steve Wallace a lot, and his videos are usually really long. And the last one he put out was only 20 minutes. And it's because he and Crazy Neighbor got like super drunk on whiskey. It's pretty obvious. There was one bottle, and then the next thing you knew, they were drinking out of a different bottle. And then like they're running and jumping up a half pipe, and then there's a big fire, and then they're asleep. And so my shortest videos are the ones where I drink too much and then have to either not use what I filmed or forget to film entirely. And I just really feel like that was the vibe from that video from Steve. So I was like, I've totally been there. Me and Steve were the same. You know, he has 1.2 million subs and I don't. I have the best subscribers. Yeah. Even though there aren't as many, but they're better people. I've upgraded to the Single Fagus Big 5 because that's what I got on Cigar Bait last time. They're fine, they're good, they're okay. It's a good kind of daily driver. Like, it's not a cheap cigar, but it's not super expensive, so you don't mind like smoking them when you're camping or whatever. It's not like a special occasion cigar, is all I'm saying. And you know, cigar smoking, nope. Smoking? Smoking. Cigar smoking is a filthy habit and you shouldn't do it. And I don't recommend it, even though it makes you look really cool. It actually doesn't. We can reveal this, why not? It's because you all know that the Oregon BDR is happening next year, and you know that our friend Nathan, aka For the Love of Knobs, is one of the major architects of it, and we're going on the route with him next summer. It will be summer. What a cool opportunity to ride the route with someone who was intimately involved in creating it, and also he'll know where all the good campsites are.
It's gonna be a guided tour.
Yeah, so then I'll know where all the good campsites are when I do it again. Because, you know, I'm assuming in all of his scouting, he's camped out there a few times. So it's good, it's cool to know people, you know? You've heard of cedar plank salmon, but have you heard of firewood Swedish fish? I have now, thanks Tim for introducing us to this delicacy. Anytime. Tim's got some Swedish fish that are a little cold, so they're a little hard, so this is his solution. I don't see any way that this could possibly go wrong. Bro, how is that not melting? I think maybe they're made of plastic. Even plastic melts. It's made of asbestos. It's really on fire. Remember when it was on fire?
I forgot already.
That might be my favorite plan you ever had.
Definite improvement.
Really? Did it caramelize a little?
A little bit. Yeah, it's a little smoky too.
So you'll be doing that with all of them from now on?
I just pulled another one out of my pocket.
Oh my god, just pocket fish. Anyway, my guess is it'll go the same, but I'll let you know if it doesn't. Morning. It's just me and the crows. Forgot this is the campground that doesn't have garbage cans. You're supposed to haul all your garbage out. Good morning. It's cold and I have a headache, shocker. Last night the fire was warm, raging. Fourth bundle was a good idea. Well, I have to get home so that I can unpack and then pack for another trip and then drive back to the coast, but to Tillamook instead with the wife. So it's gonna be a whirlwind day. And the worst part is we were riding out here and there was a sign that said Tillamook 60 miles. And it made me sad because I have to go, 90 miles home and then 100 and some miles to get back to it. Yeah. But first coffee, then thinky, then people. If you camp with me, you have to deal with me pre-people. Well, I want to say these take a licking and keep on ticking, but Tim proved that wrong when he crashed his Tiger. But hey, it's intact and functional, so that's something. This is probably what saved his life. I think if this hadn't been in his bag and it absorbed the impact of the ground when he crashed, he probably would have been hurt a lot worse. So basically owes Bigfoot Bushcraft his life. Bigfoot saved you. Bigfoot jumped out of the bushes and caught you like an angel.
Cradled me in his big hairy arms.
No, Tim. He knows your name personally. Coffee is kicking in. I'm feeling a little better. So is the ibuprofen. So I just wanted to kind of maybe share my first impressions on the 500X because that is going to be in the thumbnail and the title of this video. If I was going to describe it in one phrase, it would be easy to ride. It's a very easy to ride bike. You don't have to think about riding it. It honestly reminds me of my Grom in that you just get on it and go. You don't think about or worry about putting your feet down or being careful with the throttle. It's got, good brake response. It's just a fun bike to ride because it's easy to ride. And I think that makes it a really good, first motorcycle. Some of you know I started on a CB500F. I had a 2016, and I looked at the X and decided not to get it because I thought it was too tall for me. It was also a few $100s more, and I was pushing it with the wife as it was. It's funny now to get on it with my, my experience and just obviously ridden a lot more since then because I can get the balls of both feet down. That is not a tall motorcycle. I can swing my leg over without putting my foot on the peg comfortably, even with the bags on. It's not that tall. So it's tall to a beginner. It feels tall, but it's not a tall bike. My 450L is much taller than that. My Tanneray is much taller than that. The other question is it an adventure bike? And honestly, I think it is a tall street bike that you can take on adventures, sort of my impression. With some good tires on it, I think you could do 80% of what I like to do, I wouldn't take it on the most difficult technical terrain. I wouldn't take it on sandy single track. I would avoid a lot of those situations. But in terms of just can I take it on some gravel roads? Can I take it up maybe a kind of crappy logging road, without super muddy or sandy conditions? I think you can. So, as an entry level I want to try adventure riding. It's a good, cheap way to get into it. I think whether it's 6,500 new, something like that. You get a lot of bike for that price. You get a reliable machine that's going to last forever. It's bulletproof. You're never going to have to worry about it. It's fun and easy to ride. Is it the most capable machine ever? No. I mean, look at it. It's got cast wheels. That's like a big indicator to me. It's got cast wheels and a 19-inch front. So is it an off-road bike? No. Can it go off-road a little? Yeah, it totally can. It's better than a freaking street glide on a gravel road or something. There's a reason Ride Adventures uses these in their training programs, and they have them available for people to rent that are newer to riding, because it's a great way to get kind of started with the feeling of an adventure bike. Learn some skills, especially if you're vertically challenged. This is a great bike for that. So, and we know they're bulletproof, reliable, and can go all over the place because Amanda has ridden hers all over the country, and Grace, the Graceful Renegade, who you guys met at the Giant Loop Rally, she's on across the country an international trip on one too. So, and it'll ride on the highway. It's at about $5,000 at 65, which is not bad. It feels like it's wound higher than my other bikes, but that's because they have bigger engines. So I don't have to be wound that high. It doesn't redline until about 95, I think. Tim, what do you think of the 500X? Not having ridden it at all. Yeah.
It's a good looking bike, for sure.
It is a good looking bike.
Yeah, I wouldn't be ashamed to have one of those in my garage.
Well, maybe my brother will say his.
Maybe he'll trade me for the Tiger.
Oh, I would. Yeah. Sight unseen. I'll just tell him it's a good deal. No, this is a way better bike than yours.
It's so fast.
It's super broken. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys know Tim had a huge crash on the Washington BDR in his Tiger? Nathan got it in the drone footage. You mess up your shoulder, right? And,
oh, yeah. Yeah, I was out of commission for a few months.
A few months, man.
A few months.
And that's what happens when you go with Nathan to film a video. So...
gotta be careful with that guy.
You gotta sign a waiver if you're gonna work with Nathan, that's all I'm saying. And it's cold, and all of our crap is wet, and I assume...
well, we're dry.
We are dry, yeah. Oh, the tent does the job.
Slept great.
Yeah, I was
Thank
warm.
God for Big Agnes.
No, I slept with Big Agnes. You slept with her too?
I did.
Wow.
We took turns last night.
She keeps you warm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was cold, but that bag, I mean, I keep raving about it, but...
36 degrees last night.
Yeah, it is worth the money. Yeah. Which one do you have, the 15 or the 0?
The 0.
Yeah, me too. That thing is, whew,
Yeah.
It's nice. That's what I said in that video. All my friends have them, and they all love them. It's like, it's worth it if you go, you know, 10, 20 times a year.
Yeah.
If you go twice a year, is it worth? I still think it's worth it, but it's harder to justify the expense. Well, I'm gonna drink this coffee and then either go to the beach to look at it, because we made a video at the beach and I probably should, or pack up, or both. Dude, last time I was here, I almost got hit by about 3 of them. I kept like trying to film behind me, and the next thing I knew, the water was at my feet. It just kept happening. And the only reason I knew is because I could see it in the screen of my camera. How come it's only dangerous this time of year? The fall hazard?
They changed the sign every season.
Oh, okay. Is this a sign that says, "Don't let your dog eat dead sea lions"? That's literally what it says. Oh man, real quick before I get out of here, forgot to mention I got these racer gloves. So Lee, who is the guy that runs Racer USA, is a friend. He works in Bend. His whole operation is in Bend, and he hooked me up with some winter gloves. So these are the Racer. These are waterproof. They're Aqua, I think FHH, if I'm remembering right. I don't have it in front of me, but they're 4 heated handguards, so they're insulated, but not crazy insulated on the bottom. But these Racer gloves are the most supple gloves I've ever used. And yeah, I'm using the word supple. I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable, but they are very comfortable. They feel like they're broken into your hand the second you put them in. So thanks to Lee for giving me those, and I recommend checking out their website. I'll link it in the description, because I just feel like not many people have heard of them, but their gloves are actually fantastic. It's basically all I'm wearing these days. Anyway, we are mostly packed up. Just got to put my jacket on and get out of here. 500X has done great. I have no doubt that it'll get me home safely and successfully. So Tim, do you have any final thoughts on this cold coast camping adventure?
We should do this more often.
We should do this more often. Yeah. Basically every time it's not raining.
Every time.
Every
Wednesday.
Even though it rained. Every Wednesday. It's a standing date. The last month and a half, we've gone camping 4 of the 6 Wednesdays, I think. It's just a good day for camping. There's no one in the campgrounds. Well, thanks, man, for coming with me again.
Thanks for the invite. It's been fun.
Yeah, appreciate it. I also want to thank all my channel members and patrons who make content like this possible. Channel members and patrons get early access to videos. They get merchandise discounts. They get access to the after-party live streams and a bunch of other cool stuff. Sometimes I put up random bloopers or additional video things for them. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description or a join button right below the video. You can join for as little as $1 a month and help me keep making dorky motorcycling content just like this. I also want to thank all of you who have used those affiliate links to Rocky Mountain ATV, Revzilla, Giant Loop, Moto Camp Nerd, and Amazon. You click on those links, I get a small commission. It doesn't cost you any extra, and that helps me keep making content and put food on the table, because as you know, this is my job now, which is awesome, but you know, still gotta pay the rent. So I really appreciate your help with making that happen. So thank you for watching. Thanks for coming with us on this fun coast adventure, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Oh, thank you. He won't say it.
Excellent!
Here's a fun little coda to this video. We got all packed up, got ready to go, got on the bike. Tim's bike won't start, so his lithium battery doesn't play well in the cold, and it's totally drained, and kick-starting it isn't working. We tried push-starting it. I got some footage of that. Took it up a hill, push-started down that. So we're not sure how to get him going right now. One of the rangers here was kind enough to go and get a jump pack, and that's what we're waiting for. But if it's not rated for lithium batteries, we can't use it, and I'll have to go into town and buy him one. But that's what we're doing, so hopefully it works out. Update, I went to Walmart and got Tim a Pi and a battery charger that'll work with his lithium battery, and he's gonna let it charge for a bit, and then it's gonna start. I'm gonna break the code here, so you guys are gonna judge me, but I have plans with my wife. I was supposed to be home like 2 hours ago, so I'm not gonna wait with Tim
It was my idea. I
It
told him to go.
It was his idea, and I would normally not say yes, but when I have to face the wrath of Tim or the wrath of my wife, I love you, babe.
She doesn't watch your videos.
I gotta get home so we can pack up and then come back out to the coast and go all the way up to Tillamook. So worst case, we'll be coming sort of by here if Tim still needs something later. Yeah, I really hope you're not still here in 3 hours. I think this is gonna work. You know, worst case, you got a bright, shiny battery tender. Yep. All right, man, well, it's been real. I'm sorry to abandon you. I feel bad.
It's all good.
Just know I'll feel bad the whole way home.
Yeah.
Will you text me when you get started?
I will.
Okay. If I don't hear from you, I'll assume you died.
That's probably a solid plan.
It's gonna be fine. Go ahead and leave comments about how I shouldn't abandon him. I feel really bad about it, so let's just jump on that and make me feel worse. Okay, bye.